Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is drug prevention, grants, and business. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about some of the issues that are faced by the organizations that attempt to deal with drug preventions and some of the grants that they receive and some of the business that is generally associated with trying to make sure that these grants are honored. We have as our first guest, Ms. CGreenlee. And of course, Ms. CGreenlee, we've had you on a number of occasions, and I think all of us know that you are associated with the Galaxy Star Drug Prevention Program. And Ms. IFletcher. Ms. Fletcher is also a member of a organization dealing with drug preventions, but I think your organization, Ms. Fletcher, is called Sisters of the Soul. Right. And we'll have the two of you to talk about both those organizations this morning. As a matter of fact, Ms. CGreenlee, why not let us start off with you by having us to give you to give us some information about your background, some of the things that you've been involved in, and then, of course, Ms. Fletcher can give us some information about not only her own background, but some information about Sisters of the Soul, of the Soul, is that right? And of course, then we'll get into other topics.
Okay, well, first of all, let me thank God for allowing me to be here once again, and thank you for your support. Just dealing with the system myself for over years, in my teens all the way to my elder, getting lost inside and outside the justice system, drugs and alcohol myself, living that lifestyle, homelessness, living that lifestyle, or just being disobedient, period, living that lifestyle. Well, after 10 years of just horror in the streets, I've decided that I need to throw my hand up to God and ask for some help so I could come back and convince my other peers that this system is broken and our kids is dying and some of our adults. So they gave me the opportunity to, with the experience that I've had personally in my life and in my times in the street, gave me the vision that I need to come to the streets and bring back what I know to help.
Very good. And what about your involvement in what you do, Ms. Fletcher?
Well, with Sisters of the Soul, my organization is actually focused on empowering women and empowering women to impact areas of family, the youth, and the community. And a great deal of my background coming from a communications major, communications field with advertising, public relations, whether it be sports, corporate, entertainment, and over the past few years, working very heavily with nonprofit organizations, athletes, and entertainers with philanthropic initiatives. I was introduced to Clemmy and with her mission, and when we talked about the things that we do and believe as women, and then how the things that we've done over the course of our lives have and can impact our youth well into the future, we thought that this was a perfect way to join forces to impact an area that in so many ways is not getting the attention that it really should and that it deserves, and the youth are our future. So any way and anything that we can, to me, the way that God has blessed me and has allowed me to experience so many things as a woman and as a professional woman, that me now being able to take that and give back to our youth and then help even adults see a different way or a better way through individuals like Clemmy and those that we work with, then to me that's gratifying to be able to see that.
And Ms. CGreenlee, one of the issues that we're dealing with here today is drug prevention. And I think, as you've already alluded to, that a lot of us are really not knowledgeable in terms of what we mean today when we talk about drug prevention. We might have been knowledgeable 10 or 15 years ago, but today, why don't you talk about that?
Well, what I really want to bring to attention is that, they talking about all this violence that we're having and the behavior we're having with the kids. Well, a lot of people has got a little relaxed about these kids' new drug. And they new drug is this X pill and this strawberry candy. And I
never heard those terms before.
Yeah, I know, and people don't want to talk about it. The pill itself is a violent pill, and I got this information from a family member myself. So everybody know I don't never talk about nothing until I hit home and do my research. Well, not only are the kids running around blunting, as they call it, you know, with their little cigars and their little weed, but then they think that they're sprinkling it with cocaine, but they're not. They're sprinkling with this other pill, and it makes them violent. And the strawberry is made like a little piece of strawberry candy. It was on the internet for about 3 weeks, and that's it. That's all they talked about it for about 3 weeks. Well, I had asked a radio station to let me come on and talk about it and bring a clinical doctor to really tell the real terms of this medicine. Now, by me being out in the streets and in the hood, you know, with the kids, that's why I see it and I know it a lot. And then some of the people's in my meetings.
And we're going to have to take a break
Go
here
ahead.
for our first commercial break. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.